entertainment writers, Hollywood, whatever, you know, I don't know this for sure, but some of them may think that, okay, it's just another television show. So I'm going to write a dialogue for a character. Well, pro wrestling, yes, it's a TV show. Yes, pro wrestling has characters. But the thing is, a promo is a different type of, it's a whole different animal because a promo is supposed to reflect who the person is. It's something that they really feel. It's something you can't script, you can't write. Like no team of writers wrote a little bit of the bubbly for
No.
Jericho. Nobody wrote that. He just did it.
Spur of the moment.
That's just him. He was walking backstage and he was, talking shit to the Young Bucks. That's Chris Jericho. That's not Chris Irving. That's Chris Jericho. That's exactly what his character would do. That's exactly what he would say. And yeah, like scripted stuff. It's like, okay, in wrestling, I don't think wrestling should have writers because, I think there needs to be a committee of people or bookers, they need to, not write out literally like a direction. This is where things are going to go. And it's the job of the wrestlers to help us get there, and that's all it is. So I guess, a great specific example of a great promo. Brian Pillman, CyberSlam 96, he comes there and he's fresh out of WCW. He infamously calls out Kevin Sullivan as the Booker man. And, he goes to ECW and he tells Joey Styles, and it's the way he's coming across, like he's almost like an anti-hero type of thing. And he's like, he's making fun of Eric Bischoff. It's like, oh, the guy that used to be, I think his exact wording was, did he say coffee jockey for Vern Gagne? And he's running the big time. And then he goes into this whole rant about Bischoff is just like every one of you guys, smart marks. And oh my goodness, that is a must watch. Like, because Brian Pillman's whole thing, he's the loose cannon. You know what I mean? He was very unpredictable. And then Paulie runs out and says, that's not part of the plan. That's not part of the deal. And he's just, because you believe what he's saying. Like, you really think he's going to whip out his dick and start peeing everywhere. And the crowd is chanting, piss, let him piss, let him piss. Oh my God. Like, that's it. Like, it's conviction. It's like, that's exactly what Brian Pillman would do. A guy who just left WCW. Like, we don't know if he's really a part of ECW. You know what I'm saying?
Like, for me, I think an example of a promo that really, like, raised the stakes was like Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair for the WrestleMania 24 match.
Yep.
For Ric Flair's retirement match, Ric Flair pretty much wanted to fight Shawn Michaels. He wanted Shawn Michaels one-on-one because he wanted Shawn Michaels to bring out the best in him. Shawn Michaels didn't want to do it because he loves Ric Flair as a friend, obviously, and he didn't want to be the one. Like, Shawn Michaels didn't really say this, but like, he didn't want to be the one to end Ric Flair's. He didn't want to be the one to end Ric Flair's career. So, but Ric Flair eventually talks Shawn into it, and Shawn, when he agrees to fight him, this right here is what sold this rivalry for me. When Shawn starts talking about Old Yeller in front of Ric Flair, and then you see Ric Flair's eyes change like a freaking light switch in his brain, and Ric Flair smacks the ever-living crap out of him. He's like, Old Yeller? You're going to call me Old Yeller? Are you serious? That right there was what really brought it to a level where I was like, okay, I need to see this. And I wasn't disappointed.
Elton, you got any other examples of good promos?
I mean, like I said, it all depends on what you consider. I'm worried because literally from my ends, it says that you can't hear me. So you can hear me clearly from my blue snowball.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I'm just saying that a situation, a promo is the most important thing when it comes to selling a pay-per-view, at least in my opinion. When you look at the great promos of the day, like, to me, in my personal opinion, there's a few people who are just gods at what they do, especially a guy like Ox. Did you ever see Ox Baker?
No, I don't think
No,
I have.
no.
Ox Baker, if anybody wants to look into the 70s and 80s of pro wrestling, especially in Florida, Ox Baker was probably the toughest guy. He wasn't much of a worker, but he was as good as it gets when it comes to a promo. Now, Ox Baker was the type of guy who could sell a match. Now, I'm saying that a person like that, a person like um a person like Austin Idol, like they could sell a money match no matter what the match was going to be. And promos, once again, promotional. We are trying to promote a match. I think that the lines get blurred when it comes to what is a good and a bad promo. Because I've had people tell me that the Miz is a good promo. In my humble opinion, you can agree, disagree, whatever. The Miz is a horrible promo because that's a guy. I look at him. Y'all know me on a personal level. I could fuck the Miz up. I don't care how good of a shape he's in. I could break his jaw if I wanted to. And that's a situation where it's like, hey, why should I respect this guy that I know I can beat his ass? And he's telling me that he can beat John Cena's ass. He can beat CM Punk up. He can beat the concussion the concussion legend Sheamus. He can beat him up. You cannot, brother. The Miz is a great entertainer. He's a great talker. He's a shit promo. He can't cut a promo, in my opinion. Once again, if you disagree with me, tell me right now. But I don't think he can cut a good promo because, in my opinion, he comes off as soft. And just from a person who has beaten ass before, it's like I look at a guy like this and it's like, are you fucking kidding me, man? The Miz? The Miz? I'll fuck Mike Mizanin up any day, and I have no problems with him. But like the fact that the Miz would threaten a guy like John Cena could clobber me. John Cena could kill me. Why would you threaten a guy like John Cena when I know I could beat you up? That's the problem when it comes to promos nowadays.